our agenda for today.
Please proceed, Cheryl.
Presented on the screen is the agenda for the day. First on our list is the pre-bid conference for the subscription of enterprise content delivery network and anti-DDoS, and the approved budget for the contract is amounting to 118 million. The end user for this project is ASEC Maria Victoria C. Castro. Second on the list is the pre-bid conference for the provision of the internet access via low Earth orbit satellites, PLAOs, for the agrarian reform beneficiaries. The approved budget for the contract is 56,661,700, and our end user for this project is Director Edgar M. Navarro. The third list on our agenda is a pre-procurement conference for the procurement of supply, delivery, installation, configuration, and testing of monitoring center equipment for the early warning broadcast system of the DICT Command Center. The approved budget for the contract is 41,810,152. And the end user for this project is Director Dennis E. Morales. Mr. Vice Chair, may we request for the permission to admit the other representatives?
Please proceed.
For today's meeting, we have 3 prospective bidders who pre-registered for the pre-bid conference for today's meeting.
Wait lang, Cheryl. You were admitting the external invitees muna. Let's approve muna the agenda. Kala ko yung DICT lang din yung papapasukin mo. Pa-flash ulit ng agenda, please.
May we request for the approval of today's agenda, Mr. Vice Chair? Thank you.
After we flash it. Okay. Any motion to approve the agenda on the screen? My dear back members, please.
Mr. Vice Chair, I move for the approval of the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you, Attorney Aquino. Any second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It has been moved and seconded. The motion is carried and approved. The agenda as presented will be followed today. Cheryl, let's invite the others to enter the meeting.
May I reiterate, Mr. Vice Chair? We have 3 prospective bidders who pre-registered for the pre-bid conference today, namely Exact for the subscription to enterprise content delivery network and anti-DDoS solution for DICT domains and hosted agency. We have Exact IT Services, Helix Software Technologies Corp, and American Technologies Inc. Likewise, we would like to acknowledge the presence of the technical working group present in the meeting room. Mr. Vice Chair, with your permission, please, we will now proceed with the presentation of the press mat for this project. And it was prepared by our back secretary. May we call on the project handler for this project, Ms. Fritz Ricafrente. Ms. Fritz, thank you.
Please proceed. I need to step out for a while. Babalik ako agad after my meeting with OSEC.
Thank you po. Ms. Cheryl, may we confirm po if we are to admit the prospective bidders na po waiting outside the meeting room?
Again, Mr. Vice Chair, may we request to admit the representatives, prospective bidders, and the participants to join this pre-bid conference, please. Thank you, Mr. Vice Chair.
Backsec, the Vice Chair just exited because he'll be having a meeting with the Secretary. He will just be back. So go ahead, Backsec.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Apologies. Again, to reiterate, the representative who would like to acknowledge the presence of the bidders.
Are they here? Are they admitted already? Backsec?
Mr. Chair, we'll check.
Excuse me. Can you please say that again? Your channel seems garbled.
Mr. Chair, we will check first if all of the prospective bidders are already in the meeting room.
Please, thank you.
Mr. Chair, with your permission, please, and for the information of everyone in the meeting room, they're already in the meeting room po. And
Good morning, bidders. Thank you for attending today's back session for this procurement item. Thank you very much for your participation. Backsec, you may go ahead.
again, may we call on the project handler of this project? May we call on Ms. Fritz to proceed? Thank you po.
Good morning, back members, and to everyone. The DICT now invites bids for the project subscription to Enterprise Content Delivery Network and Anti-DDoS solution for DICT domains and hosted agencies. With bid reference number DICT back 2026-037 with an approved budget for the contract of 118 million pesos. The invitation to bid for the project was posted on June 9, 2026 on the following: MPhilJobs website, the ICT website, e-procurement website, the ICT bulletin board, and the ICT's official Facebook page. The invitations to observers for the pre-bid conference were sent on June 11, 2026 to the following: Commission on Audit, Chief Information Officers, Forum Foundation, Inc., Institute of Electronics Engineers of the Philippines, Inc., Philippine Computer Society. And the supplemental bid bulletin number 1 was issued on June 10, 2022. For the points of discussion, project details, house rules, invitation to bid, instruction to bidders, checklist of technical and financial documents, sealing and marking of bids, bid data sheet, technical specifications, forms, post-qualification documents, and the reminders to bidders. For the project details, the provisional member and user representative to the DICT backbone for this project is Assistant Secretary Maria Victoria C. Castro. And the prospective bidders who registered for today's pre-bid conference are the following: Exact IT Services Inc., Helix Software Technologies Corp., and American Technologies Inc. For the house rules, everyone is encouraged to make clarifications, identify name and the company before raising a question, and limit questions to the details of the procurement at hand. The DICT backbone shall award the contract to the bidder with the lowest calculated and responsive bid, or LCRB. Instruction to bidders. Under the bidding requirements, the bidding for the project shall be governed by all the provisions of RA 12009. Any amendments made to the IRR and other GPPB issuances shall be applicable only to ongoing posting, advertisement, or invitation to bid by the BAC through the issuance of a supplemental or bid bulletin. The bidder, by the act of submitting its bid, shall be deemed to have verified and accepted the general requirements of this project, including other factors that may affect the cost, duration, and execution or implementation of the contract, project, or work, and examine all instructions, forms, terms, and project requirements in the bidding documents. Corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, and coercive practices. The procuring entity, as well as the bidders and suppliers, shall observe the highest standard of ethics during the procurement and execution of the contract. They or through an agent shall not engage in corrupt, fraudulent, collusive, coercive, and obstructive practices defined under RA 12009 or other integrity violations in competing for the project. Conflict of interest. All bidders found to have conflicting interests shall be disqualified to participate in the procurement at hand without prejudice to the imposition and appropriate administrative, civil, and criminal sanctions. All bidding documents shall be accompanied by an omnibus sworn statement of the bidder that is not related by consanguinity or affinity up to the third level to the whole procurement agent if engaged, the head of the project management office or PMO, the end user or the implementing unit, or any members of the bids and awards committee, technical working group, and the back secretariat. The bidder shall also disclose the ultimate beneficial ownership of an entity. Failure to comply shall be a ground for the automatic disqualification of the bid in consonance with Section 59 of the IRR. Eligible bidders. Only bids of bidders found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. Foreign ownership limited to those allowed under the rules may participate in this project. GOCCs may be eligible to participate only if they can establish that they are legally and financially autonomous, operate under commercial law, and are not attached agencies of the procuring entity. The bidder must have completed within a period of 5 years from the submission of the bid a single largest completed contract or SLCC that is similar to the procurement project to be bid and whose value must be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC, adjusted to current prices using the Philippine Statistics Authority or PSA consumer price indices. The bidder must submit a computation of its net financial contracting capacity or NFCC, which must be at least equal to the ABC to be bid. Subcontracting is not allowed. Instruction to bidders, clarification and amendment of bidding documents. Requests for clarification should be formalized and addressed and emailed to the back secretariat at back.secretariat@dict.gov.ph. The deadline for the request for clarification is on June 19, 2026, 4:00 p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilJobs website, at the DICT website, DICT social media platform, and DICT e-bulletin board. Under the language of bids, the eligibility requirements or statements. The bid and all other documents to be submitted to the back must be in English. If eligibility requirements or statements, the bids and all other documents submitted to the back are in foreign language other than English, it must be accompanied by a translation of the documents in English. For contracting parties to the apostille convention, the document shall be authenticated through an apostille by the competent authority as defined in Section 20.9.2 of the IRR, except for countries identified by the DFA that will still require legalization or red ribbon by the relevant embassy or consulate. Checklist of technical and financial documents. Under the technical component envelope, first is the PhilJobs Certificate Registration Platinum Membership. Next is the statement of the bidder's single largest completed contract or SLCC, similar to the contract to be bid, except under conditions provided for in Section 52.4.1.3 IRR of RA 12009, within the relevant period as provided in the bidding documents. Any of the following documents must be submitted together with the statement of single largest completed contract. A, end user's acceptance, B, official receipt, and C, sales invoice for the contract. Next is the NFCC, computation or committed line of credit. Next is statement of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. Next is, if applicable, a joint venture agreement or JVA in the absence of the JVA, duly notarized statements from all the potential JV partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of the JVA in the event that the bid is successful. Next is the original copy of bid security. If in the form of a surety bond, submit also a certification issued by the Insurance Commission or original copy of notarized bid securing declarations. Note that bidders who opt to submit a bid securing declaration as a form of bid security are required to use the bid securing declaration form in the attached bidding documents. Next is the schedule of requirements. Next is the technical specifications, which may include production or delivery schedule, manpower requirements, or after-sales service or parts if applicable. Next is the original duly signed Omnibus Warrant Statement or OSS, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of a corporation, partnership, or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture, giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and do acts to represent the bidder. And last, for foreign bidders claiming eligibility by reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights to Filipinos, a certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in their government procurement activities for the same item or product. Under the financial documents envelope, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule, and certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Bid and payment currency. Payment of the contract price shall be made in Philippine peso. The bid price. Use the proper form for goods offered from within the Philippines or goods offered from abroad in indicating price schedule. Bid validity. Bid shall remain valid for the period specified in the BDS, which shall not exceed 120 calendar days from the date of the opening of bids. The bid security. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security in any of the acceptable forms and in the amount of the amount stated in the BDS. Format and signing of bids. Bidders shall submit their bids through their duly authorized representative using the appropriate forms provided in Section 8, Philippine bidding document, related forms on or before the deadline specified in ITB Clause 19 in two separate sealed bid envelopes. Forms as mentioned in ITB Clause 17.1 must be completed without any alteration to their format. No substitute form shall be accepted. Each and every page of the bid form, including the price schedule under Section 8, shall be signed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Failure to do so shall be a ground for the rejection of the bid. Any insertions, erasures, or overwriting shall be valid only if they are signed or initialed by the duly authorized representatives of the bidder. Under the sealing and marking of bids, the mother envelope or the mother envelope shall contain two separate envelopes labeled as technical component and financial component. Under the technical component envelope must contain three separate envelopes labeled as technical component original copy, technical component duplicate copy, and technical component replicate copy. As well as for the financial component, must contain three separate envelopes labeled as financial component original copy, financial component duplicate copy, and financial component replicate copy. The bid must be labeled to Department of Information and Communications Technology. From indicate the name of bidder in capital letters and address of bidder in capital letters. In the project title, Subscription to Enterprise Content Delivery Network and Anti-DDoS Solution for DICT domains and hosted agencies. Indicate the bid reference number DICT-2026-037. And in capital letters, indicate the phrase "Do not open before June 29, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Each bidder shall submit one original and two copies of the required documents. The deadline for the submission of bids will be on June 29, 2026 at 12 o'clock noon, and the opening of bids will be on June 29, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. Under the bid evaluation, reminding the bidders to kindly break down all the cost of taxes pursuant to Section 61.2.2 IRR of RA 12009. To read, all bidders shall be required to include the cost of all taxes, such as but not limited to value-added tax or VAT, income tax, local taxes, and other fiscal levies, and duties which shall be itemized in the bid form and reflected in the detailed estimates. Such bids, including said taxes, shall be the basis for bid evaluation and comparison. Members of the BAC and its staff and personnel secretariat, the technical working group, as well as the observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the BAC through its secretariat may ask the bidder in writing for clarification of its bid. All responses to requests for clarification shall be in writing. Opening and preliminary examination of bids. The manner of opening of the bids for goods shall depend on the award criterion to be adopted for this project. For LCRB, the BAC shall open the technical and financial proposals on the same day. The datasheet, conduct similar to the project, shall be a project similar. A project shall refer to the subscription to Enterprise Content Delivery Network and Anti-DDoS solution completed within 5 years prior to the deadline for the submission and receipt of bids. The bid security shall be in the form of the bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. The amount of 5,900,000 pesos in the form of bid security, cash, cashier's manager's check, bank draft, guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, and surety bond. Under the post-qualification documents, the bidder, within 5 calendar days from receipt of notice from the BAC that it submitted the LCB, MEAB, or MAB, shall submit all the eligibility documents supporting its PhilJob certificate of registration, platinum membership, its latest income and business tax returns filed for the preceding quarter, which should not be earlier than 2 quarters from the date of submission and receipt of bid, and other appropriate licenses and permits required by law stated in the PDF. For the firms, you have the following: schedule of requirements, technical specifications, bid form, price schedule for goods offered from abroad, price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, bid securing declaration, omnibus warrant statement, performance securing declaration. Sample template for the bid form. The price schedule for goods offered from within the Philippines, the price schedule for goods offered from abroad, the bid securing declaration form, the omnibus sworn statement form, and the schedule of requirements, with the description of subscription to Enterprise Content Delivery Network and Anti-DDoS solution for DICT domains and hosted agency. Reminders to bidders: the clock at the 19th floor, Studio 7, using the Philippine Standard Time, is the official reference time during submission and receipt of bids. A member of the BAC Secretariat will be assigned to receive the bid documents at 19th floor, Studio 7, lobby, and shall stamp at least as received. Bidders are reminded that entry inside the DICT premises is subject to safety in place. And processing of payment for the bidding documents prior to the submission of actual bid offer may take time. Presence in the DICT premises does not constitute submission on time, which shall refer to the actual handover of the bid proposal to the authorized personnel of the BAC Secretariat. Requests for clarification should be formalized, addressed, and emailed to the BAC Secretariat at secretariat@dict.gov.ph. Deadline for the request for clarification is on June 19, 2026 at 4 o'clock p.m. Copies of the supplemental bid bulletins, if any, shall be posted at the MPhilJobs website, the DICT website, and the DICT bulletin board. Common clauses of ineligibility and disqualification. Invalid PhilJobs certification and underlying supporting documents pursuant to Section 20.2.9.1 IRR of RA 12009. All Class A eligibility documents indicated in Annex A of the PhilJobs registration certificate, platinum membership, must be current, valid, and updated at the time of the bid submission. The failure by the prospective bidder to update its certificate with the current and updated Class A eligibility documents shall result in the automatic suspension of the validity of its certificate until such time that all of the expired Class A eligibility documents has been updated. Thus, prospective bidders are required to update their PhilJobs registration certificates prior to the submission of their bids. Failure to attach the required supporting documents for the SLCC, Statement of Single Largest Completed Contract, or SLCC, similar to the project to begin, and failure to include all the mandatory provisions. Submission of unsigned documents, submission of audited financial statement without stamp receipt of the BIR. If an AFS was filed and paid through Electronic Filing and Payment System, or EFPS, there is no need for the stamp receipt of the BIR. Instead, bidder must submit their proof of AFS e-submission, BIR's email confirmation receipt of returns documents with its filing reference number and or transaction code. Failure to submit a bid securing declaration in the prescribed format attached in the bidding documents. Failure to submit bid securing declaration and omnibus sworn statement without a jurat as required in the form provided in the bidding documents pursuant to the latest rules on notarial practice. Failure to indicate compliance in the technical specifications and to attach proof of compliance if applicable. For submission of bids through courier service, bidders are reminded that the courier service personnel must submit the bid proposal to a personnel of the Back Secretariat Division at the office address provided below. Bid submission or proposal left by the courier service personnel at the lobby guard or any personnel or staff aside from the authorized Back Secretariat personnel will not be considered submitted for purposes of bid opening. The responsibility to ensure that the courier service personnel submit the bid proposal to the authorized Back Secretariat personnel is the sole responsibility of the prospective bidder. This is the e-procurement video guide for the bidders.
Accessing the e-procurement website. Open any web browser and go the https://eprocurement.dict.gov.ph. Click the Sign Up button. Provide a valid email address. Create a password with at least 8 alphanumeric characters, 1 uppercase, a number, and a symbol. Repeat your password for confirmation. Tick the checkbox to agree to the terms and conditions, and click Create Account button. Open the email account that you provided during registration, check your inbox, and verify your account by following the instructions in the email. Click Activate Your Account button. Go back to the e-procurement system and enter your registered email address and password. Click Login button, and you will be redirected to the onboarding page. Input your personal information and click Next button. Input your company information and click Next button. Review the information you provided and click Confirm button. Once onboarded, you will be redirected to the homepage/dashboard. Select the procurement project you wish to participate in by clicking the View Complete Details button. Select the lot you wish to participate and click Participate in Bidding button. A confirmation modal will appear. Review the details, click the Confirm button, and you will be redirected to the payment window. Select your preferred payment method from the list and click Pay Now button. Print and save the receipt as proof of payment and for reference. You may also check your email to view your receipt. Click the Go Back to Merchant button. You will be redirected to the My Transactions page, where a list of your transactions will be displayed.
That is all po for the presentation of the back secretary, Mr. Chair. Thank you po.
Thank you, Baksec. So, are there any other questions from considering that the the procurement item has been posted in the PhilJobs website? I think it would be prudent for us to save time. Let's go ahead and proceed to the questions. Can we do that, back members?
Thank you,
No
Mr. Chair.
objections, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you. So, Baksec, please proceed in acknowledging all the prospective leaders.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. For our participants, if you have questions that you'd like to raise, may request to kindly use the resend button, and we will call you one by one. Once called, kindly introduce yourself and mention the company that you are representing. Thank you. Mr. Chair, I'm seeing a raise hand sign coming from Ms. Diana Romero of Exact IT.
Ms. Diana Romero, you are acknowledged. Go ahead,
Hello
ma'am,
po.
please.
Good morning po. May questions lang po kami regarding forms for all ongoing SOCC and NFCC. May ipaprovide pa po ba kayong forms or yun po, yun lang po.
Baksec or the end user, please. Thank you.
May we request responding to the end user po or the backside. Thank you po.
For the SLCC form po, we do not have a standard format or template po. As long as all provisions are indicated po in the SLCC po, as long as all the required information or data are listed in the SLCC po.
Okay po. So, we'll use na lang po kung anong merong format na lang po kami. Thank you.
Are there any other questions? Answers, consideration? Are there any other questions? Anyway, as presented by the Baksec earlier, still have time to send in your questions, comments, or concerns. And you write us through the email provided earlier. And the deadline, please also make sure that it's within the deadline. Are there any other questions, concerns? Going once? Going twice? There. Jared, you are recognized.
Good morning po. Naririnig po?
Yes, loud and clear. Ma'am.
Question lang po dun about sa award criterion po, kung LCB po ba siya or LCRB?
Baksec, end user.
Mr. Chair, if I may po.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes po, as presented po earlier, the award criterion to be used po for this project is the lowest calculated and responsive bid po to answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Backsec. So that's pretty clear, no?
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Thank you. Are there any other questions? Issues, clarifications? Going once? Going twice? Last call if you have any other concerns. Ladies and gentlemen, hearing none, I guess Backsec, that's a clear indication that there are
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Yes, go ahead.
On that note, Mr. Chair, we would like to ask your permission if we were going to send our final reminders for the participants.
Go ahead, please.
Considering there's no more questions coming from the participants, the Backsec Secretary will now proceed with our final reminders. And for our final reminders, the Backsec Secretary would like to reiterate that the reminders to bidders would like to reiterate the request and for clarification should be formalized, address and email to the back secretariat at back@dict.gov.ph and back secretariat at dict.gov.ph. And that the deadline for the request for clarification is scheduled on June 19, 2026 at 4 p.m. And that the copies of supplemental bulletins, if any, shall be posted in the PhilJEP's website, the DICT website, the bulletin board, and the DICT lobby. Lastly, the questions and clarifications will be coordinated with the end user to formulate the final answers to the supplemental bid bulletin that will be issued. And that would be all for the Back Secretariat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Back Secretariat. That's pretty clear. Can I get a thumbs up from all the prospective bidders, if that is clear on your end? Thank you very much. With that, may I solicit a motion to suspend the meeting until the next agenda?
Mr. Chairman, I move to suspend today's meeting until the next part of the agenda. I so move, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair, Director Carlo. Is there a second?
I second the motion, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Jella. So this meeting is hereby suspended. Thank you very much, Backsec, back members, Vice Chair, and to our prospective bidders. Mabuhay po kayo. Salamat sa continuous support sa mga programa ng DICT. Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Again, please be informed that today's meeting is temporarily suspended